Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Bastion! So today I'll be playing Bastion, you know? Well, not really playing, more like reviewing because I finally done all my A's and I'm on my B. Yeah, so as my Steam reviews are going, I'm finally on B. Bastion is a game developed by Supergiant Games, who is now making their 4th entry with Hades. The reason as to why I'm covering this now is because it's their 10th year anniversary. Also because I'm on my B now. Like most games I've covered, I've never played Bastion. This is my first time playing it, and I must say it's pretty good. Bastion is a top-down action RPG. You control a character Kid who is a mute, and the narrator is the only one who actually talks throughout the story. He's the only form of communication to the player when it comes to story or other sequences. And he's a damn fine narrator. His voice is really good for the tone the world is in.
We darn near celebrated when the kid got back, didn't we? Zolf never thought he'd see a fellow her again. We become fast friends. Calamity has that effect on people.
The world of Bastion is just beautiful. It's so colorful but very atmospheric, and the music just matches that same vibe. It's so good. The gameplay is very simple with only 2 buttons to attack, one to dodge and another to activate a special, while the right analog stick is to use the shield. Though the gameplay is simple, it can be difficult as you progress. The second to last mission is just bullshit if you don't have the right tools. During levels you'll find weapons, but upon finding them, one of your weapons you previously had will be switched out. The reason why I bring this up is because the game does not let you change weapons during a level. You have to go out and find an arsenal shop in order to switch out. This doesn't make sense because of the game's aspect of how it works. Because if I have, let's say, the sword and I have the bow, if I ever want to switch out to the hammer because it has more damage, it's just not possible. And with certain enemies that you fight, it's just much easier to use certain weapons than others. But as I stated before, without an arsenal shop, you can't do anything. So throughout the whole game, I stuck my 2 primaries and only changed when the game forced me to. Most of the weapons are average when you first get them. However, they can be improved when you upgrade them with materials you find throughout levels. In addition, when you unlock the hide and seek shop, you can purchase materials that you want from there. During levels, you gain XP, and when you level up, you can improve yourself with tonics. But there are caveats, like there's a tonic that grants 100% hit chance. There are more of these tonics you can purchase with the XP you gain from missions. The tonics themselves can be stacked, but the level you are is how many you can carry. You can buy tonics at the hide and seek shop with the XP you gained, or you can buy materials for weapons, and to upgrade those weapons, you need material and XP. Upgrading weapons is cool. You have 2 choices what you want from them. They can be stronger or have more range. For instance, the sword has a poison hilt, and that poison can have its percentage increased if I upgrade it. And like always, the story. The game takes place in the aftermath of the Calamity, a destructive event that hurt the city of Solundia and the surrounding areas following it. The Calamity changed the flow of the game's world into many floating pieces and reducing most of its people to ash. The kid awakens from slumber, rushing to the Bastion as the world around him is collapsing. As he gets to the Bastion, the narrator is the only one there and tells him what happened. The narrator tells him that there's a way to undo the Calamity, and one of those ways is by obtaining cores throughout the world. Progressing through some levels, the kid finds 2 auras, Zolf, an ambassador for the aura, underground dwelling people with who Solundia was at war with once, and Zia, a girl who was raised in Solundia. The kid takes him back to the Bastion, and progressing some more throughout the story, the kid at some point finds a diary but can't read it as it's in another language. Both Zia and the narrator can't read it, but Zolf can. But when he does, he finds out that the journal belonged to Zia's father, who worked for the Solundians. Zia's father helped the scientists build a weapon to destroy the aura completely to prevent another war, but he rigged the weapon to backfire so that when he was forced to trigger it, the resulting Calamity destroyed most of the Solundians as well. Upon learning this, Zolf left the Bastion, but before doing so, he destroyed the cores the kid has gathered so far and told Zia to leave with him, but she refuses. The narrator tells the kid that there's a way to restore the Bastion before Zolf damaged it. He tells him that he has to gather shards, a lesser form of cores, but still just as powerful if you gather enough. Later in game, after collecting the second to last shard, the Aura attacked the Bastion, damaging it further and abducting Zia. The kid quickly leaves the Bastion to go and find Zia, but upon doing so, the kid learns that she left on her own will to find out the Aura's intention. She returns to the Bastion along with the kid and tells him that there's a shard in the Ura homeland, the final one to restore the Bastion. When the kid gets there, after defeating all the Ura during the level, they are attacking Zolf for the loss and defeat. You have two choices here: take Zolf back to the Bastion or leave him lying on the floor. When the kid gets back after he puts in the last shard, he has two choices. He can either have the Bastion rewind time before the calamity happened, or just to continue and not rewind time. I went for continue, and that's it. A short dialogue is played about how the game's narrator, Ruckus, I never mentioned his name before because there was honestly no point, how he never thought of that idea. And that's practically the end of the game. There's nothing more to say aside from you gain a new game plus mode and a couple of new game modes, but that's really all there is. There isn't anything else to mention. I would have actually hoped Supergiant Games would have made a sequel to this game, considering the ending I chose. I think it would be pretty cool if you could have something in line with this game, or even something in the world of this game. I don't know, I really do enjoy the way the game was told and the art style and everything about it. I do wish the game was longer, number one, and I do wish there were a lot more weapons, number two. Everything else to me is secondary because I know the team's gonna do a fantastic job, and it is just unbelievable that a team like this could make a game like, well, this, because they came out of nowhere. For me, they came out of nowhere. They came out of the blue. I remember just looking at this game at some point and going, what is this game? Next thing I know, I played it and I was like, whoa, that's so cool. And then I've been following more of the games, and it's, I don't know, I enjoy it, and I don't know what else to say. Yeah, alright, see ya, bye.